Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, the entry of Malala to the UDA party as the Secretary General, I can say it is a blessing in disguise for Azimio la Umoja. Because you look on how Malala is trying to combat things, the combativeness that he brings there, authoritative that he takes to Kenya Kwanza coalition, it actually means to bring a division. So instead of consolidating numbers and working, for them they are busy fighting. Because for us we expected that it is going to be the Azimio side that will be busy fighting. But now it is Kenya Kwanza fighting within themselves. There is a lot of competing interest within the Kenya Kwanza, whereby Malala is speaking something different. And if you listen to him, you will understand that he might be speaking William Ruto's idea. According to Malala, anyone who is working in Kenya Kwanza government should break their political party if you are a party leader for you to serve in executive and elsewhere. If not, then you might not be in that government. But we all understand that for William Ruto to work with the Musalia and the Wetangula, including Kingi and all those other people, there was an agreement, pre-election agreement that formed the Kenya Kwanza coalition. So we thought that there is some kind of agreement if they want to break these political parties to come together. But then the other day it was ANC party that was saying, no, we are not ready to go that direction. And yesterday, Ford Kenya party came out very strong to rebuke Malala and make their position clear to their supporters and the Kenyans at large. We have heard from the Member of Parliament, Majimbo Kalasinga. He talked, he's out of the country, but he was fuming fire towards Malala. Then, apart from this one, we have also heard from Wafula Wakoli, the current senator of Bungoma County. If these two individuals talk, remember they are speaking on behalf of Wetangula. Wafula Wakoli has been assistant to Wetangula. Anytime we speak, Wetangula is speaking. And Majimbo Kalasinga, an independent mind, he has been part of Wetangula. And when he speaks, then he's speaking the ideas that Wetangula is thinking about or what Wetangula would want to say, but he cannot say by himself. Listen to them shortly, then we'll continue with this conversation.
Thank you very much. This is Majimbo Kalasinga, the Chief Whip of Fort Kenya in the National Assembly. Yes. I want to categorically state and set it clear that the trash we are hearing from one young man called Cleophas Malala, who doesn't know the age of Fort Kenya. Fort Kenya as a party was initiated the moment he was still a young boy in primary school. He should respect political parties that formed Kenya Kwanza. Remember that Kenya Kwanza is in space because of these structures. And when you want to remain strong in life, you don't start by knocking off the structures. You start by strengthening the pillars that make the coalition. So as a party, I'm talking this from Johannesburg. I wish I was in Kenya. I would have faced him like lightning. The fact that he's a newly appointed, one excited Malala, with the new position that has no portfolio called the Secretary of UDA, should give us respect. I don't think this is what the President intends to have. Because the President of the Republic of Kenya embraced unity. He embraced the union of us, Fort Kenya, ANC, and any other party. I want to know, what is his last membership? He's an ANC guy. He's not a UDA. Even I'm surprised if he can come and capture the seat of a leader who has been in space for long. And if Kenya has to respect women, then the UDA Secretary General must remain to Minor. The lady who did that job for long, she delivered this seat to us. Please, I want to give us a break. Fort Kenya is a party that is held by senior histories and legacies lie in Fort Kenya. The late Masinde Muliro, the late Omola Kijana are all senior in this party. Malala, give us a break. And if you proceed, is when you will see Fort Kenya out. And two, I want you to respect Honorable Moses Masika Wetangula. He's a senior guy in this country. Thank you very much.
Kwamba chama kipo imara, tuko ndani ya muungano wa Kenya Kwanza. kuwatumikia Wakenya na kuhakikisha kwamba maendeleo inawafikia pasipo kudhulumiwa ama kutishwa na mtu yoyote, na kwamba tutaendelea na safari hii jinsi tulipokezwa chama hiki na mahayati mababe wa kisiasa waliokuweko, na sisi tutafanya kazi na kiwango kingine cha viongozi watakao kuja tutawatunuku chama hiki vile vile kiendelee kuwatumikia Wakenya. Sasa yale mnayosikia tu ni hadithi na siasa ya kawaida, lakini chama kitadumu, chama kitaendelea kuwepo, na mimi kama senator wa kaunti ya Bungoma, huo ndio mwito wangu, na hiyo ndio mbiu ya mgambo kwa sasa. Asante sana.
Now, surprisingly, Didmas Barada is not part of the Ford Kenya party, but he's not in agreement with the Cleophas Malala's position. Now, the truth is that William Ruto is walking on dangerous path. Even going by the numbers announced by Wafula Chebukati, of course, which Azimio la Umoja does not agree to, the difference between Ruto and Raila Odinga was merely 320,000 votes. That's presidential votes. It's very small, very little, but so much important. So if this was the difference, you cannot go that much combative as if you had enough numbers to dissolve, force other political parties to dissolve and be part of UDA party. Of course, we have those people who will not agree. They rather be out of that government, but defend their political parties because they understand what it means. So the question on this Punchline is, why is Mudavadi and Wetangula rejecting to break their political party? It's very clear. For you to be on the national table, you need a vehicle that will take you to that national table. This can be explained from the Azimio side and the Kenya Kwanza side. Because of this, there is no way these political parties are going to break. William Ruto should forget this. I know he's pushing for this, but it might not work. Because we have people who are focusing on 2032, leave alone 2027. 2027 hiyo ni waachie Raila na William Ruto. Na hata saa hii sasa kesho ni maandamano. We don't know what will happen. Wetangula is nothing without Ford Kenya party. It is only Ford Kenya party that has put Wetangula to the national map. Go and check from CORD coalition. He was there because of Ford Kenya. Go and check on NASA coalition. He was there because of Ford Kenya. He was able to be a principal. He was of course, he got a chance to serve in the Senate as a minority leader because of Ford Kenya party that made him a principal in CORD coalition. He sat on a negotiating table with Raila, with Kalonzo, with Musalia, and other party leaders who are there in NASA coalition because he had a vehicle. Without that, then Wetangula will be working under someone. That means he cannot sit anywhere where principals are negotiating. Check the situation of, for example, like Oparanya. When the principals are negotiating, Oparanya will not be there. We will have Eugene Wamalwa. And this explains the reason why Eugene Wamalwa is on the negotiating table in Azimio. Because he has a vehicle called DAPK party. Without DAPK party, Eugene Wamalwa will be nowhere on the negotiating table. Look at that. Wajakoya, who doesn't have that much numbers, he is near Raila Amolo Odinga because he has a party called the Roots Party. So he has a vehicle that is taking him to that negotiating table. Mudavadi and Wetangula understand that the moment Mudavadi will allow ANC party to go, they are now giving DAPK party chances to expand. They are just surrendering to Eugene Wamalwa. Mudavadi understand this very clear. Same thing to Wetangula. In fact, Wetangula will be between a hard place and a rock. If we allow Ford Kenya party to go, that alone will allow DAPK party to thrive from all the way in a Bukusu land, then part of Western region. He will have surrendered completely and there will be no reverse gear. That is the reason why you see Wafula Wakoli is coming out to speak. Majimbo Kalasinga is speaking. And of course, by time, Wetangula himself will speak. As of now, I mean, actually, the dogs are the one, first of all, send your dogs to go and bark. Then from there, you will come in later. So they are testing water. And they are telling William Ruto, forget about merger. We had a pre-election arrangement, an agreement that has been filed by the registrar of political parties. That means if you are breaking it, then you are against that arrangement. It might not be broken. Because again, if you try that direction, he will be seen as a betrayer and a liar in the eyes of Luyas, of course, largely. Something that he knows very well. Without those votes that he got from Western, he will be nothing. The difference was small. He had this Mount Kenya, he had Rift Valley. But that vote was not even enough to make him a president, despite the rigging that happened. So Mudavadi understand that even if it will come to 2027, maybe he will not work with Ruto. He will need a vehicle to use it for negotiation. Without it, he is nothing. Look at what happened to William Samoei Ruto when they merged at Jubilee Party. And many of these leaders are learning from the Jubilee Party merger. It was huge, but William Ruto was elbowed out in a blink of an eye. He had to go back to the drawing board, go and buy a political party. He bought a political party for him to survive. Mudavadi and Wetangula are not ready to buy another political party. They are not. Their parties have received injury, it's true, but they can heal from that in case they organize themselves properly. And if they are determined and they are ready to use their resources. That is why they will not go into that direction. So Malala, this noise that he's making here, it is even meant to destroy his future political career within Western region. And again, he's giving chance to Azimio la Umoja. By the way, Azimio should be celebrating this fight within Kenya Kwanza. Because they will keep on fighting when Azimio will be strategizing. They are placing themselves in a good position to score. But then Azimio, Kenya Kwanza is putting themselves in a shameful position whereby they will be fighting and defending themselves. So maybe God of Raila Amolo Odinga is working within this political situation to give him a chance to strategize when these people have just engineered their own war. But I can assure William Ruto, Ford Kenya will never break. That's the only backbone that Wetangula has. ANC might not break. Look on how they went back and made the Vihiga woman rep the Secretary General of ANC Party. There is a reason. There is a big reason. Ruto might push these people to the wall, but they might end up maybe not working together, but not breaking their political party.